And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the show. Once again, thank you for coming to our theater tonight. Have an enjoyable evening.
Hey, welcome to At the Movies with Smokey. On this episode, I'll be discussing the sequel to 2004's The Incredibles. Warning, there will be spoilers. 14 years. 14 years between these films, and they don't let you forget that. Before the film, there was like this short little video of director Brad Bird, Holly Hunter, Craig T. Nelson, and Sam Jackson, I think those were the only ones, like thanking the audience for waiting and being so patient after all these years. Even though I don't think there was a very strong outcry for a sequel to The Incredibles, I feel like most people who were fans of the original were more in a state of, oh yeah, if a sequel is made, that'd be great, but like, I'm not getting my hopes up or anything. I'm not making petitions for it. So, let's start off with the things I didn't enjoy about the film. My main problem with this film, it was painfully obvious that Evelyn Devore, what is their last name? Something like that. She's the sister of Bob Odenkirk's character, Winston. She was the main villain. As soon as she was introduced to the film, I realized she was gonna be the villain, and it just made the film seem longer than it should have felt. I was just fucking waiting for it to happen. I already knew it was coming. If you've ever played or like seen the Telltale Batman Season 1 game, spoiler alert for a 2-year-old game, the big bad guy of the series who wears a creepy, almost gas mask-like costume is really Vicky Vale, a woman with a short haircut. And that's what I was reminded of, and what made me suspect that she was the villain. Also, they made it even more obvious when Evelyn was talking to Helen Parr / Elastigirl / Mrs. Incredible, and she says something like, "I'm the genius behind the genius." I think it's right before or after Elastigirl catches the fake screenslaver, which why did everybody just believe that that was him so quickly? He showed the same signs of like hypnotization, is that a word? Of the fucking, the train driver. I wonder how many people died in that apartment, though. Like, at least she made the screenslaver pizza guy, like, set the fire alarm off so people would leave. But, I mean, I feel like people still died. There was a moment when the character called Void shows up, and she's like a superhero that can create portals and move through them and everything. And I had an idea that maybe the film is really gonna follow the first's plotline so closely to where the super fan of the hero turns out to be the baddie, but I quickly realized that that was not happening. Okay, what the fuck was that opening short, Disney Pixar? What was that? It was a fucking weird, if you missed it, it's a weird short about this like old Asian woman who makes a dough boy and raises it, and she's married to Kim Il-sung apparently. Does the father in the short not look like him though? Later, she eats the doughboy, and the audience either reacts one of two ways. One is, what the fuck just happened? Or two, laughter. Then it's revealed it's just a fucking dream or something. I didn't find the short very entertaining. Many people have said that the third act really speeds up and the stakes don't feel that high. Which is kind of true. This film is definitely playing it safe and, like, more friendly than the first. I mean, in the first, Mr. Incredible hides behind the bones of his dead friend to escape a madman on an island. He also threatens to break that madman's assistant's neck if his family is harmed, and the fucking henchmen get killed, and Mrs. Incredible tells her kids that henchmen will fucking kill them, even though they are kids. What I'm saying is, this film has a lot less serious tones. So, let's discuss the things I did like. And by discuss, I mean you just, like, sit there and listen to me list things off I liked about this film as you watch. I love this movie. I haven't seen the first Incredible in years, and I'm just gonna wait for the inevitable 2-in-1 Incredibles Blu-ray set to be released probably like in 3 to 4 months maybe. I, like many of the others who saw this film, loved the first Incredibles, and it was a part of my childhood. I had the toys, and I watched the film tons of times, and I loved it. And even if you don't like this film, you have to at least admit how amazing it looked. Like, holy hell, this film looks beautiful. From the cities and the scenery to the fabric of the clothes. That snow at the end looked very realistic. It all just looks so good, and like, I watched a few scenes on YouTube of the first film, and holy shit, the difference almost 2 decades makes. I like the opening of the film where the final scenes from the first are recreated with the modern technology. And also, I like that this Men in Black for Superheroes agency that Rick Dicker works for has memory erasing technology. but it's just a little box with a fucking suction cup on it. That doesn't seem to be too reliable. I really loved all the characters and the fact that they all had their own time to shine in this film. Violet was entertaining, Flash, I guess, he's alright. Frozone was great. I love that he almost says, "What the fuck?" in a kid's movie. However, Jack was the MVP of this film. Just think about it. If Bob Parr had used a condom, then they'd never have gotten those mind control goggles off. Also, how amazing was his fight against the raccoon? I really enjoyed Elastigirl. She basically takes Bob's role from the first film and really stands out as a good character. Her powers are awesome, her characterization is great, and god damn is she hella thick. I liked all the new heroes for the most part. Most of their designs were fairly boring, but the two standouts for me were the owl guy because of how fucking creepy he is, and Void. I don't know what I liked about Void, whether it was Sophia Bush's acting, her cool powers, or the character design, which kind of reminded me of Kristen Stewart. I think it was the chin. I liked Winston, and I'm really glad that he, goes back and saves the hypnotized heroes and ambassadors at the end of the film, and becomes a hero himself. I mean, come on, it's Bob Odenkirk. How can you not like him? In conclusion, you should definitely watch this film, especially if you're a fan of the first. I'd say that it's definitely not on the same level as the first film, but it's still very enjoyable, and it's just a few notches down. I give Incredibles 2 a thumbs up. That's been this episode of At the Movies with Smokey. Join me next time at the theater for Jurassic Park 5, Jurassic World 2, Fallen Kingdom, Lost World, the second one. Yay, I'm so excited. And then, after that, Ant-Man and the Wasp, baby!